Mission start. Mission clear.
Yes! Why does it always freeze? Yay.
Mission clear.
I want this. Give me this. Oh, God, I'm glad that's over with. Oh, I'm at the chapter 3? Huh, I thought chapter 2 was going to be longer than that. I guess not. I didn't get to read that. Damn it. Unfortunately, the Cyclops units you faced this time were just a small part of the whole organization, but still, you've got your machine parts back to the convoy. Ellen has prepared and escorted it back to the newly rented research center safely. You then return to the base without any other hassle and finally out from the pilot seat, and it has been a week after the incident and you're drinking some tea in the briefing area to rest your head. Interesting why you need to rest your head a week after the incident occurred. That makes literally no sense, but okay. You had your engineers modified a part of the pilot area next to the briefing room into a space that could imitate for access long-range controls. Accurate long-range controls. Kyle and Quinn are both working hard on that unknown object. What did they say? Oh, right, at long last we can start working on this piece of junk. What? Oh. Rianne walked from the doorway across and stopped just a few feet from you with a cup of tea in her hands. You were reminded of how worried she sounded when the Cyclops member was instantly destroyed by the large quirk before it turned upon you. I'm sorry? When was the Cyclops unit, what? I'm sorry, it didn't show up till after all the freaking Cyclopses ran. Whatever. Thinking back, that was quite an extreme fight, wasn't it? No, just a very arbitrarily long fight, in my opinion, for this game, with how fast-paced it tries to act all the goddamn time. Once again, you reminded that the Quarks can be extremely dangerous. Well, no shit, they're towering giants that can haul ass. All of them are dangerous, even the smallest ones. Jeez, man. Even with just one of them can be a formidable force. Again, I've already made my point, whatever. If they come in droves like before, it would take a lot of mass units to counter their attack. Yeah, probably would. You thought it's fortunate enough to survive the encounter, but personally, you'd like to get better so that you can become an ace that can take care of any unexpected event. You gestured for her to take a seat beside you, in which she took up the offer. Okay. After finishing your cup of tea, you looked at her. Rianne did notice your stare and put her cup down. Oh, God. Wait, oh my God. Is he going to try and kiss her right now? Please don't tell me. What is it, Commander? Why are you staring at me? Relaxing your stare, you asked her if there was any missions available that could help before a more fortunate, formidable pilot. Really? Sigh. Yep, she thought... Yeah, she thought the same thing I did. Oh, it's comical, I think. Whatever. Even if she didn't, that's still funny. Yes, Commander. In fact, I've just received a message from Mrs. Neon about a mission she'd like you to try. However, let me have a look at it first. You understand why, right? Yeah, because he just impulsively hit the button without even thinking last time. No? Then let me drill it into your head, Commander. You always accept anything like you're having fun, and I can't have you do that. It's too dangerous. Called it! Now, please stay in, please. Okay. Oh, boy. God, I butchered that so hard, just trying to say that initially. Yeah. Now, please stay put and relax. I'll come get you when I'm ready. Okay. Hooray. Development, what's up? While you were loading in the development area, you looked at your little genius worked on her part of the decoding process of the mysterious artifact, and delegating work to other programmers on her team, staying as quiet as you can. You cannot disturb her work. In doors behind you open slowly. Here you are. Ah, God, I'm fucking retarded. Oi. Okay, Rihanna scanned the room, lowering her voice the instant she heard Quinn clattering away, I think? Okay. You always wondered why Quinn didn't like to use the digitalized keyboards, but never had the audacity? Really? Audacity? That does not fit in this sentence. That does not fit here. To be asked about it. One should not have to explain their preferences on things like this. Okay. I don't mind. You can talk about it here. Wait, what? Without turning around, Quinn seemed to notice how you both are willing to step out for your discussions. Okay. Thank you very much, Commander. Ms. Leon mentioned there was a lot of regular missions you could participate in for the benefit of the WDF. Kiss my ass. I think she mentioned a way to challenge yourself and get benefits to humanity. It'll be fun. Amusing how I doubt it is. More like just for the WDF themselves. Brienne imitated Neon's smug face while she said these words. Oh! Oh boy! Anyways, I'll leave all the details in the briefing room and we'll search for you so we can start the talk. Why exactly are you here disturbing Quinn? Okay, that's a misunderstanding. Who in their right mind would disrupt Quinn's precious time? You moved your hand in rejection of the notion and started explaining. You're always receiving help, so it might be better to have help. To have Quinn develop some sort of training program like the ones you used at the WDF training facilities while you were a student there. However, looking at the workload, you were thinking of another plan before Rian could come in. The training simulator? Why would you want to access to it? I can file a usage request if you'd like. You explained to her about the training programs you had while you were a pilot in training. Your instructor mentioned the various PMCs around the world used it to train newcomers for team building. Okay. You even visited one of the Valkyries during your training. Okay. Each PMC can use a course set by the WEF instructors or create their own if it's possible. I mean, it's more than self-explanatory it's possible. It's just how much programming and work you would have to do from scratch. That would be an absolute pain in the ass. Quinn might be able to help you create one of these suitable for your training session. I'll look into it then. Let's hope it doesn't cost anything, or at least not much to use. Then maybe it's the best to leave you here for the moment. Meet me in a few hours at the briefing room. Oh boy. Oh, Commander, the thing you've tasked me with is done. Are we going to the red zone? Rand looked up from her desk behind all the stack of papers on her desk. In this day and age, someone who still prefers to use paper still exists, and it's standing right in front of me. Yeah, so what? What's wrong with that? I prefer paper over digital shit because, let's see. Oh, if your digital shit fries or loses power, you're fucking can't get access to the information. Because if you have a backup hard copy, you will always have the data on hand. Granted, it can get destroyed, but so can digital data. So yeah, I prefer a hard copy because I can always put that in a safe spot. And it's always there whenever I need it in any scenario. As long as somebody doesn't steal it or it gets destroyed. Self-explanatory with digital data. But at least this way, I don't have to worry about it going away if I lose power. People are too reliant on technology in this day and age. She once told you these mostly drafts, brainstorming, and nonsense that all important documents are already archived digitally. But before that, let me tell you about the offer Miss Neon gave us. Switching your focus back to her words, you listened to the mission briefing and the large screen in the room. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just paid attention to the large screen. First, here is a place located right along a designated red zone. Oh, I was right. One of the origin of Quarks incidents, similarly named the Red Line Battlefront. Okay, the Red Line Battlefront is an area where the WDF set up their forward outposts. Not just one. To at least defer Quarks from heading further into the area with shelters. Okay, so I'm guessing this place is just swarming with Quarks then? Rianne pointed to various pins around the point. Okay, you will be participating in this battlefront with other PMCs, most likely WDF units, of course. Okay, your mission is to defeat as many Quarks as possible, which sounds ridiculously easy at first. With how the Quarks are, though, we do not have time to cleanse the area of void particles. Okay, and that's funny to me, how it literally just stated right then and there how, yeah, the WDF has their own military forces. So what the hell is the point of designating us as if we're somehow associated with them? We're our own independent party as a whole, basically. We're just associated with each other, basically. From a business standpoint, not an actual military standpoint, which is so dumb. Okay. This meant that the longer the fight goes on, the stronger the Quarks will become. That's arguable, depending on the scenario, but whatever. It has also been reported that a few of these large flying Quarks, oh great, have been circling the area, and that the secondary objective, hold as long as possible so it doesn't fly away and cause problems in other areas. I'm probably going to have to fight it, aren't I? This will be all for the first mission given. On to the next one. Oh, I thought we were going to actually talk. Oh boy. Oh, we are actually going to talk. Wait, so was that a hunt, or is this a... whatever. Okay, the second mission Miss Neon proposed is quite similar, but down south. Okay. The map moves straight down to an area you visited weeks ago. Wait, wasn't it months ago? Yeah, see? This game can't even pay attention to itself. I mean, granted, it's talking about the character that the player plays, but still. You can't seem to differentiate time this much now that you've been fighting day in and day out, with days of standing in your M.A.S.S unit itself. What? I'm confused with that one. Standing by inside your M.A.S.S unit itself. I'm really confused what it means by that. Does that mean literal or figuratively, as in, like, he's been transmitted kind of thing with the cockpit? Whatever. Do you remember the... I'm not even going to try and say that. Power plant, the WDF, and the other reactor down south that could be overloaded on purpose to release an extremely devastating wave in the area? Oh, that was that area? Okay. Okay, each usage costs a lot, though, and they wanted as many Quarks as possible to gather before activating the overload process. This is where we, as well as other PMCs, will come in. Why didn't they use it last time? I have the same questions as you, so I asked it anyway, already. We needed time to repair the walls and barriers after each use. Last time was during the repair, so we weren't able to use it. So that's it. We'll be one of the decoys defending that place until we can't anymore, retreating, and let the overload process take care of the rest. That will be for the second mission. Okay. Miss Neon mentioned a third mission, but it's a scheduled mission which has just been completed. She said she'll contact us if the positions are open, and we can apply for the next one, and we can leave for it now. Oh, my dyslexia just loves kicking me in the ass. That was a challenge. Holy crap, how many missions are there? Now for the request you asked for me. I've sent the program you designed with Quinn and have Miss Neon reviewed so we can get an easy approval with the WDF. She looked it over and laughed while replying, ahem. Okay, Rianne cleared her throat, changing her tone. This is sick. I send you a template to use our simulator machines. Adjust the numbers as following, and you're going to have fun. The guys here are too laid back in their trading, and you might be able to help me out. Ha 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 ha. I'm sorry, what? She and Miss Ann sent us a detailed list of requirements, a usage contract, paperwork, basically. Okay, we just had to sign and send it back after receiving approval with the program. Of course, it's already done, and the program was approved as soon as I sent it over. This is comical. They just want to do all this paperwork so they can put you under their boot. But whatever. Okay. I was wondering if Neon even had to look at it. Whatever. I can't follow you two at all, Commander. Your thought process is... never mind. We can use our pilot seat to connect right into their system, so whenever you want to train, tell me and I'll be your virtual operator guiding you through the program. Briefing over, Commander. Let's hope there's no big incident coming our way, so we can put a lot of training done. Get a lot of training done. I think I read that. I corrected that. Okay, so they're challenges? Extra stages, challenges. Wait, so is the campaign over for now? What? Maybe I have to back out. I'm gonna do even more talking. I don't know. Okay, so a battlefront. Another battlefront. No, I hit the wrong button like a dumbass. This one's interesting how this one is. This is a dam, so are we... How it's lighted in the image, it looks like it's underground. I could be wrong. So what happens if I back out? Called it! A lazy day... a lazy day and a lazying commander. This wasn't a scene one could find every day with how diligent the said commander had been training, honing their skills, and flying to various corners of the world to participate in some kind of mission they were given. Yeah, no, I just hit the escape button after... Okay, I've overviewed these. I'm gonna back out really quick. Nope, now it's described as if I did all this and I'm just now sitting on my ass probably like a month later. It was a warm morning with a little bit of light. The shelter's weather control system has been working well, it seems, and your own base temperature controls are working at its finest alongside. Maybe you should take the day off. Oh, wow. That thought came across your mind. Diligently working today and night for weeks, if not months straight, has been helpful, but it can turn harmful if you don't have some good rest days as well. That is true, yes. Okay, Commander, the technical team has reported their finally cracked open the object. Okay, Rianne came running into the reception area, almost hitting herself on the newly bought couch. Ow. Okay, it was placed strategically there to catch the eye and attention of anyone passing by the reception area. Wow. You remember her saying that some people are just too lazy to get back to their room after work and would fall asleep in bad posture in their working quarters, thus putting this couch that looks comfortable as a bed in the reception area should at least help them out. Yeah, I was wondering. Okay, but that would only work with people who don't mind being seen sleeping. That's what you thought, but decided to keep it to yourself. Oh, wow. It wasn't wise to reprimand someone with good intentions, and since you were part of the problem and resting on it, it's wiser to keep your mouth shut. Yeah, Commander, hello? Are you daydreaming again? Wow. You raise your hand to signal that you are not asleep, raised yourself into a sitting position, and asked Rianne to give her report. I'll begin then. After weeks and months of tedious work, we finally disassembled the outer layer of the object, revealing what was inside for the first time. Rianne gestured her hands, literally picking up the projected image and handing it to you. The image showed a spherical container locked into place. Inside the container was some sort of mechanical lock. No, after careful observation, you noticed it was a mechanism to release what was inside. Our engineers have been examining those mechanisms for a while with how mysterious this object is, but after everything, it's just a simple vacuum locking mechanism. Well, I'm not surprised. That's kind of what it demonstrated, now that you describe it verbally. Okay, the part that's more complicated, though, is the center of the device itself. If you look through the images, you might have noticed remnants of... What? Purplish. Okay. Black dust within. We all know what those things are. Crystallized voice particles. You usually don't see it, right? But they're a very large chunk that was large enough for our robotic eyes to notice. Okay. Can't robotic eyes see microscopically, though? Whatever. Who cares? They've been writing lots of hypotheses while we're out doing our missions. Would you like to hear all of them, or just the conclusion our engineers came up with, Commander? Obviously, I would ask for the conclusion, because I'm just a completely brain-dead lard-ass. I'd like to actually hear all the theories, personally. A second of pondering, and you replied with smacking your head. Then look no further than the texts here, Commander. Rianne took another projected image and sent them your way, all this time full of texts that would take you more than a few hours to decipher. I'm sorry? You mean read. It's extremely lengthy and full of scientific vocabulary, and And why did some old world mathematician decide to add letters to equations? Grow up, man. Okay. Oh, boy. Honestly, I want to have a second sense on that one because you're just being a lardass, because that's just supposed to be representative for certain aspects of the mathematic equation, moron. Boy, your perplexed look must have been shown too much. Rianne was giggling like a child when successfully pranked their parents. She stopped only when you pointed your finger towards the text box, like one in your hand. Like being in your hand. I'll give you a short explanation. The object, or cyclopean eye, as our engineers call it in accordance to its origin... What? Origin? Huh? Whatever. Is a device that holds condensed void crystal within a vacuum container. Vacuumized. On its activation, the container would destroy the void crystal, releasing an extremely large amount of void particles into the area. As you may have recalled from your lessons back in the academy, this is a phenomenon that would likely cause Quarks rifts to open up. Yeah, it pulled a huge quark out. In simpler terms, it's a device that can call quarks into the area on activation. So is that what those guys were using? The Cyclopses? The Cyclops? Whatever. This might be the reason quarks suddenly show up when we were at the dam or at the desert, and even that time in the snowy mountains. Well, yeah, that's when we discovered the device. So obviously the Cyclops had discovered it, or they manufactured it themselves. How the hell they did that, I have no idea. Well, that's a hypothesis, but it's the most likely explanation we can give at the moment. So we're taking the hypothesis as a base and planning to investigate further. This will require your assistance. Finish whatever you're doing and come visit Ellen and me in the briefing room. Commander, take your time. Well, I kind of have to go to the briefing room, which is in the missions tab, because I wanted to do the challenges now. Because, screw you! More reading! Okay. It's the same scene over again. Rianne sitting at her desk with documents piled over her head, and Ellen just sitting nearby with a lollipop in her mouth, of course. You tried them once before when Ellen put them in a pantry for everyone, but all of them were extremely sour. That burned your taste buds. How's that your problem? How's that her problem? She was just being nice. If you don't like that kind of candy, that's your problem. Ellen always said that if you can bear the first few seconds, it'll turn into mismatch of sweet and sour mellowing in your mouth. Yeah, that's kind of how most sour and spicy candies work. They get better as you enjoy them. Both glanced at your arrival. Rianne shoved the document she was looking at over the moment you walked across the doorway and pulled a single file out of somewhere not in your sight. Welcome. I see you didn't choose to linger elsewhere just to piss me off, my dear friend. Honestly, I would have done so if I was in your shoes. But you're a better person than I am. Good. It's funny she openly admits it. At least to some minor margin. Now to the matter at hand. It's not hands. Let's talk business. First, did you know that void particles from each origin have a minuscule difference, Commander? That wouldn't be surprising if that was the case. You ponder for a moment whether there's a lesson about this in the Academy, at which your memories told you there aren't, and this is the first time you've heard of it. Judging by your reaction, I'll assume that's a no. I didn't know about it until I researched some later as well, so don't blame you for that. Well, no shit, how the hell would I even be able to see them most of the time? I just see a quick flash and a burst of energy and they're gone. Okay, it's all scientific stuff that wouldn't get through unless you took time to study them. That's kind of self-explanatory with anything complex, but that's besides the point. No, that's a pretty major point. The point is that Carl and Quinn were able to trace the condensed void particles back to somewhere near the northernmost red zone. So up here in the Antarctic red zone. Or the Arctic, I guess. Why is this labeled Arctic red zone when this is Greenland? But whatever. The area was being monitored by some PMCs and the WDF themselves in case of a breakout. However, entering those areas blindly are basically throwing away your mass. It's filled with quirks. That's self-explanatory. It's labeled as a red zone for a reason. Void particles and whatever the red zone has. Well, it can only be void particles, the rigid terrain via the quarks activity there, and the quarks themselves. There's not much else there. Not unless there's a foreign body or a rogue variable. But who knows? Whatever. I don't know much of it. There's not enough information except that it's dangerous and always monitored. Okay, so we've turned our head towards this place, the Langer Iceberg? Huh, okay. A block of ice that is on the forefront of the red zone. The WF and its commissioned PMC have set up their things called void particle monitoring anchors set up there, and I'll need you to get those things. I'll need you to get to those things, get their data, and get out. So I'm stealing data again. Nice. Every few months, they'll relaunch newer anchors to replace the old ones. Wow, those things wear out that fast? Maybe they just fill up with data too much and they have to retrieve them and expunge them, and so they can send them out. Some are damaged by Quarks, some detached from the ISPs that's in optimal position. However, they needed people to relocate the monitoring devices attached to each anchor to the newer ones. But this is an opportunity for us, an opportunity that we can't miss. You're a dirty little thief. But it's a dangerous place that would require authorization to get to as well. The WDF didn't want people to run into their deaths, obviously. God, I hate the sentence structure here. I don't care. I'm leaving this in. But the fact that what we wanted is there. God, this sentence structuring sucks ass. Still leaving this in. Is there so we need to get into it. There's also the fact that the Cyclops are hiding around a more dangerous area somewhere. Back to the data. It will help us further analyze and determine a specific coordinate of origin, which I think will either lead us to where or how they created these Cyclops eyes. I'm just gonna fuck it. It should help us circumvent the concentrated areas and find a pathway towards our target safely. You may ask, how in the blazes are we going to do this legally when it's a place that only authorized units can get into? Well, Rian has solved a solution for us far away. The WDF always has ongoing missions, as mentioned by Neon in her list. This is one of them that she had sent us last time. A mission for any PMC that's free to patrol the area iceberg, receive key information from the monitors, and get out. Wow, we literally can just take a hard copy of it and take off with it. So basically, we'll be able to get the information free of charge, basically, and they'll be none the wiser. We'll just make a copy of it. Wow. We'll take on the mission scheduled to begin in roughly a few weeks from now and create a copy of those data manually. You see, these monitor anchors are equipped with data emitters to communicate with each other as well as back to the WDF. We'll equip your M.A.S.S unit with a receiver. You just need to be around them long enough and you'll get the data we need. But honestly, this place looks suspicious, don't you think so? Okay, a place that only authorized personnel are allowed in the area, a place deemed to be one of the front lines of danger. I feel like we need something more than data on this mission, just a hunch, you know. Well, no shit, that's kind of a dead giveaway, because most people in this kind of... Okay, like hiding trees... What? Like hiding trees inside a forest. Okay, my dyslexia completely kicked me in the ass there when I tried reading that. Well, honestly, that doesn't surprise me. The WDF has already proven to me that they are a suspicious and completely and utterly untrustworthy, self-centered bunch that clearly only are in it for themselves and will do whatever and anything they can, whenever they can, that is out of the general line of sight of the populace to do anything people would condone or not approve of, so that they can further advance their agendas. Okay, this is an ancient saying if I've ever heard one, but it's the correct saying to use here. Yes, my hunch is telling me that there's just right there. What? They're just right there. We just need a marker of sorts to lead us to the correct dangerous place. I'm sorry. When has that ever been a phrase? I've never heard a phrase like that in my life. And that wasn't even a phrase. It just sounded like a butchered statement of saying, yes, what we need is right there. Just go get it. Ah! Basically. Oh, God. That was so bad. That will be all for the briefing today, Commander. Let's hope we find out something useful. Okay, so the campaign wasn't done. Never mind. Joy, I have these to burn through. Well, I guess we'll see how well this does. We